Good morning, guys. Good afternoon for a lot of us. Yes. All right. Message from the Qur'an, and then we're going to actually finish 1 Samuel today. Decided to take a little break myself, therefore giving you guys a little break. But we might as well finish it, and we'll see what I can do in getting into 2 Samuel after this. After we talk about the end of this one, of course. Alright, so let us begin. Message. Right. Gracious, most merciful. Alright. This is from Surah 41, line 15. Following our theme here. 41, line 15. So it's Ad behaved arrogantly through the land against all truth and reason, and said, "Who is superior to us in strength? What? Did they not see that Allah, who created them, was superior to them in strength? But they continue to reject our signs." Okay. Again, talking about signs and talking about superiority of God, right? Some Sam and Ad, the people of Ad, I guess, Ad is the name of a person who is in the 5th generation after Sagna Na, and is among the progeny of his son Sam. His progeny and his people came to be known by the people of Ad. Okay, Ad. Okay. And apparently the prophet who was sent to Ad originally was the prophet Hud, which we have discussed. We are going to have to go back in here, to be quite honest. Just as we are going through the Bible, we need to go ahead and have good historical reference for the Quran as well. I feel like I haven't been on here in years. My fingers are moving so slow, and I forgot how to spell. So that's cool. Against all truth and reason. And we talked a lot about, or maybe a little about, arrogance, right? How oftentimes there's a fine line that you can cross or not cross when it comes to arrogance. I would say a lot of us stay within those lines, but not according to this. There's still work to be done according to this. There is work to be done. Okay. This would be a good time to talk about also the self-righteousness that is happening, which is good, right? In a sense, to empower one another, to feel empowered yourself. But there's a lot of talk and commentary about the God within, right? You know, aren't we all God? There's potential. There's potential to become godlike, right? And to maybe have dominion, or I guess power over, you know, your realm and things like that. There's definitely potential. There's definitely potential. It's not just, you know, an immediate thing that's granted to you right away. So just by knowing, we talked about this many times, just by knowing that we're here on this earth presently means that you were created to be here, means that you do have a God that is above you. And everybody's saying, oh, well, we are gods, we have our inner God, we listen to the God within, that sort of thing, right? Who is stronger than I? It's exactly what this line is saying. Who is stronger than I? And we say, what? Did they not see that Allah, who created them, was superior to them in strength? But they continue to reject our signs. So the Qur'an takes a little bit of a different spin on things when it talks a lot about people becoming enlightened and becoming aware of their own strength and their own power and that sort of thing. The Quran kind of covers that nature, whereas the Bible is more so worried about idols and other gods besides Allah. But you can see, due to the time difference, yes, the Quran was written later, much later. So instead of it being a bunch of idols, like what's happening in the Old Testament of the Bible, now people are starting to become aware of their own superiority, their own power, and their own inner strength. But again, if you're here and you're present on this earth, if you're living, yes, you were created. You have a God who is above you, and you had somebody create you, okay? So none other than Allah, who is superior in strength. So again, just kind of remembering, I'm sure there are people that are in tune with this fact, right? That you had to come from somewhere. There's a lot of organization and orchestration that goes on just to form our lives and the nature of our lives. It's not just all by chance or some kind of preordained system that is just running by itself. As much as we like to think that that could be a reality, and a lot of it does flow naturally. I'm not going to say that it doesn't flow naturally, but there is definitely somebody who's looking right at you the whole time, looking right at you. There are beings that take notes on what's going on in your heart and inside your mind, so you're not alone. You're definitely looked after, and not to say that you're controlled or anything like that, but you definitely have somebody to answer to when it's all said and done. So again, we are given the gift of free will to think and act however we like, which is a blessing. And we'll see what is done with that. And then the potential of reaching, godlike status is there. It's, not so far out of reach for some, but this is saying otherwise, right? This is saying that no, not to beat down a dead my little phrases here, not to beat a dead horse when saying to be humble, right? But it is definitely a requirement at some point in your lives to just go back into humility, even if it's just for a moment, and then you realize, everything just seems a little bit more simple that way. Yes. So yeah, just remembering we do have inner strength. It is a thing, but why don't we give that glory to Allah, who is the ultimate strength and the ultimate power and superiority? Seems just like it can take a back seat, can take a little bit of a breath. You can relax, you can trust the process of life, and know that you're here for a reason. Everybody's on their own path. So yes, that's, I guess, all I have to say here. All right. Okay, I'm going to end this now. Let's get into our final part of 1 Samuel, or Samuel part 1, or forget how else they say it, Samuel part 1. I'll catch you in just a few minutes. Bye.